Okay, I'm gonna do a Q&A thing here for the 1,000 subscriber celebration kind of thing that we're doing. Amazing that it got up to that point. So I figured I'd have people ask me questions if they want to know things from me. Not that I have much information on anything, but I don't know. I think it'll be okay. I didn't know if anybody'd be interested, so I asked if they wanted me to do it, and majority said yeah, and left some questions for me, and I'm going to go through and answer them. Background is just me doing the tire test for the hosted session that I'm going to be hosting to celebrate the 1,000 subscribers. It's going to be next Friday, which, hold on, that is January 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern. So I'm going to have I'm going to put up a video announcing that and have information on how to join and everything in that video. But you heard it here first. Friday, January 14th, 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be hosting this race, and I think it's going to be fun. Hope it's going to be fun. But big thank you to everybody for reaching 1,000 subscribers. Unbelievable. Thank you for those who left me questions. And we're just going to jump right into it, I guess. I've never ever done anything like this, so if it's really bad, that's my fault. Alright, first one is, I'm going to try and put them up on the screen and put maybe some pictures up eventually. How long have you been sim racing and what got you interested in it? Well, when I was a very young kid, I think around NASCAR Racing 2 or NASCAR Thunder 2003, my dad and his brother and my uncle on my mom's side, they would all get together on weekends and they would do like really full distance races, and they each had steering wheels and it was plugged into their PS2. They had 3 steering wheels and they do full distance races in NASCAR Thunder 2003, and I watched those while they were doing them and they looked so much fun, and I always wanted to race with them. But I was too young. I wouldn't have been able to do anything because they wanted to have their serious racing thing, and it looked super fun. So that was probably my first time I ever got interested in it. The first racing game I ever played, as far as NASCAR is concerned, is probably NASCAR Heat, the original from 2002 or 2001. And I played a ton of NASCAR Thunder 2003. But those are just arcade. Those aren't really sim racing. Then I got NASCAR Thunder 2003, or not NASCAR Thunder 2003, NASCAR 2003 season, the actual sim one from Papyrus. Really loved that. I was young when it came out, obviously. So I always knew it as the game where you could drive through the pits by yourself and drive everywhere by yourself, and I thought it was the coolest freaking thing in the world. But I didn't own that. It was my uncle that owned that, so I only got to play it when I was at his house for however long. It wasn't my uncle, it was one of my cousins, my older cousins. And it was just so fun. But then I'd go home and I'd have the PS2 games that came out. I think I played all of the NASCAR PS2 games when they were EA up to like 07 or something. The one with Tony Stewart on the cover. I always enjoyed those. I mean, they weren't great, but then I got back into NR 2003 because I had been remembering from a long time ago at my cousin's house doing those races where you could drive through the pits, and I was like, that's the coolest thing ever. So I found one on eBay. I'd been looking up forever how to get this, and I kept like seeing on places where you'd have to get it, but you'd pay so much, and I found one on eBay for like $150, the actual disc. But I went ahead and got it, had it shipped to me, and then I played that forever, for a long time, until I found iRacing in 2012. And I've been on iRacing ever since then. On 2012 and 2013, I raced a whole bunch. And then 14 through like 17, I hardly raced at all. I was just going through college and everything else. And then 2018, I got in and I did my first few NIS races. And I did a full season of NIS actually in 2018. 2017 was my first few races. Then 2018, I did my first full season of NIS, recorded all those. They're on the channel, and that was really, really fun. I loved that. That was when the cars were powerful, no downforce, super, super fun. I really loved enjoying that. At that point, I'd been watching people on YouTube run them and watching them on Twitch stream their races. Rutgers Kev, I always used to watch him. We actually have a team now that I link in the comments. Big, big thank you to him for everything he's done, for supporting me and racing with me. I race with him special events sometimes. Really, really fun. And very grateful as I get very loose there. I think I answered your question. I don't know. But we're going to move on to the next one anyway. Alright. How many times have you seen Smokey and the Bandit? A lot. I actually just watched it last week. Probably asking me that because of my profile picture on YouTube. Smokey and the Bandit's actually not my favorite movie. As far as Burt Reynolds is concerned, I love Burt Reynolds, one of my favorite actors. But I probably like Stroker Ace better. But they're all good. I mean, he's awesome. This is just a cool picture that I found of him that I use. It's kind of an inside joke that I have with some people, but I still like Burt Reynolds, so. Okay. General intro, comfortable. Talk about me in general. So that's cool. Yeah, I'll do that. Question: do you think there's one key thing that got you to realize or learn when participating in iRacing? Something that clicked with you? Okay. So about me in general, there's some more questions that I'll get more into that, but let's see. How do I start this? So I started iRacing in 2012. I was like, I don't know, 14. I'm mid-20s now. Just graduated college in 2020, which was pretty interesting with COVID. Everything was online right at the end. Really crazy. Got two degrees. That was fun. I'm not trying to brag or anything. It was really hard. Took me 5 years. Some extra hobbies. I love gaming. I play all kinds of games. Simulators are my favorite. I don't know why. I just love how complex they are and how much stuff there is to do, like figure out yourself. I don't know. My other favorite game is Out of the Park Baseball. I'm a huge baseball fan. I'm from St. Louis, so big Cardinals fan. Love baseball, know everything about it. I guess I could say, but I'm sure I don't. Really, really fun. I'm into guitars. I don't think I've ever mentioned that. I love guitars. I started a little collection, but not really expanding that right now. I don't have a ton of time. I can play okay, not the greatest. I saved up my money throughout college, 5 years without like spending any, and bought myself a freaking amazing guitar that I love, my prized possession. I don't know how many people are going to know what I'm talking about, but it's a Gibson Les Paul standard 50s gold top. Just amazing. Sounds awesome. My favorite thing in my house. It's behind me. I'll try and include a picture of that. I also have a couple others. I have a 12-string Dan Electro, which is really nice. Epiphone Les Paul something, and then an old Silvertone that used to be my dad's from the 60s. Just a cheap Sears catalog guitar. Nothing fancy there. Single pickup. Very, very cool. And I have a Takamine all black Dreadnought acoustic, which is not mine either. It's also my dad's. I love guitars. All kinds of stuff. Have a really nice Marshall amp that I bought for $700 a few years ago in a guitar store that was in the town that I went to college in. They had some cool stuff. And I'm very into that. Music, I'm big Guns N' Roses fan. I don't know if that surprises anybody. I love Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Def Leppard, let's see here, Led Zeppelin. I mean, all the 70s and 80s and early 90s. I don't like any of the new stuff. But yeah, favorite guitarist. I have like 3 favorite well, more than 3. But Slash, here I'm put it in the wall. Slash is my all-time favorite. And then I love Stevie Ray Vaughan. He's amazing. Jimi Hendrix is amazing. Jimmy Page. That's all I can think of right now, but those guys are amazing. And that's all my guitar stuff. What else can I talk about? I don't know. I build computers. I work in IT for a living. I build a ton of computers. Built my computer. Desperately needs an upgrade right now. It's still running the same motherboard that I had in like 2014. Really needs to upgrade, but freaking computer parts are crazy expensive right now. Hold on, I need a drink. But yeah, love gaming. Have all the consoles, except the Xbox, the new Xbox, the Series X or something, whatever it's called. I have the Switch, and that's about all I do, really. Game and go to work every day. Oh, I have a dog. He's a great big German Shepherd, and he's amazing, and he's insane, and I love him very much. I got him in June of 2021, and then he was 8-month-old puppy. He just turned 9 months. Not 8-week-old puppy. He just turned 9 months in January. He's very, very cute, and he's awesome, and he's a lot of work, and I don't really have time. All the time he takes for all the attention he wants, and he gets frustrated at me for it, but it's it's a lot of fun. All right, let's move on before I forget everything. Not really a question, maybe a racing league. Oh, wait. A key thing people need to realize or learn. I don't really know, because I don't consider myself a very good driver, like compared to the top guys. But I think something really important for people to understand is patience, especially, I don't know. I mean, when you're in mid-pack, you don't immediately have to pass everybody in front of you and overdrive it like crazy. I think being patient and understanding that once the field gets spread out and once the tires come to you and you save tires a little bit, you can pass a lot more people that way, and you don't just get run over after 10 laps and cause a bunch of incidents. I think being patient and waiting for a good opportunity to pass somebody is way better than just diving it up the inside and hoping that it works out. And I think that would probably help a lot in rookie classes, street stocks, and whatever. That's probably the only thing I would really consider a key. Because when you first start out racing, you would just want to go out and win every race, and how you think to do that is just pass everybody that's in front of you right now. But racing is a lot more than that, and I think people should realize that. Okay, not really a question, but a racing league once a month, something you show the points after each race. I don't really... It's hard for me to schedule specific time slots to run because of how weird my schedule is. It changes every week. It's been more steady the past couple months, but it's really unpredictable at times, so it's hard for me to commit to a league or anything like that. So I tend to just stick to official because I can run anytime, and that's the reason why I stopped running NIS and the reason why I haven't been able to run winter NIS the past few weeks. I got lucky those first 2 weeks. Was able to race on Friday night, but Friday nights are so crazy for me. But yeah, that's the only reason I really don't run leagues. I think official racing is more interesting for people to watch, honestly. I mean, leagues are fun for the people that are in them, but for people that are watching, I don't know if anybody would be super into watching a race that doesn't count for anything, hardly. Maybe if you get like a good structure, like what you're saying, show the points and stuff, but I don't know. Tell us some about your rig and the gear you use. I run the G29 with wheel and pedals. I run my G27 H pattern. I actually have on camera in one of my races. I'll try and include a clip of that. Where my G27 breaks mid-race, and I have to, like, I wreck the whole field because my wheel stops working.
Still there. 3 wide, you're in the middle.
3 got hung out to dry.
Hold your line. You're clear high, clear high. 2 wide there. You're up
What the heck just happened to me?
Hold your line. All clear, all clear.
Never mind.
You got 1 inside.
What the heck
All
just
clear,
happened to
all
me?
clear. You've got wheel damage.
And now the car is
Looks like your
beginning.
car is toast.
My
Gonna
freaking
go
wheel
back to the
came
pit
off.
lane. Press and
It
hold
like
the
turned
reset
off.
button. We'll come.
And then I, immediately after that race, I ordered the G29, and it's been good to me ever since. And if it broke right now, I have no idea what I would do, because I can't afford another one. And I can't afford anything better. So, really hoping it doesn't do that. But yeah, G29, I guess computer parts. I have a GTX 1070 Ti. My processor is an i7 4790K or something like that. Older generation, because my motherboard doesn't support anything very good because of how old it is. Running on a Samsung SSD 360 Evo, I think. 1 terabyte. Super good. Love those. My headset is a HyperX something or another. Let me see. No, it just says HyperX. I don't know. HyperX with the microphone on it. I think the quality's pretty good. Anything else? I don't know. I don't think so. 16 gigs of RAM, I think. Those Corsair things. Very good. Do you watch NASCAR, and if so, who's your favorite driver? And then favorite driver all time from Keaton? Yes. I've been watching NASCAR my entire life, basically. Growing up, early 2000s, some amazing racing back then. My favorite driver the whole time was Jeff Gordon. Huge fan of him. Always loved him and Dale Jr. My dad was always the biggest Dale Jr. fan in the world. And my mom was always Jeff Gordon, so I loved both of those guys. So it was amazing to me when in like 07 or whatever they became teammates. It just blew my mind that that was even possible. Oh crap. Hold on. I didn't think I'd run this long. So yeah, I love Dale Jr., I love Jeff Gordon. Those were my all-time favorites. Of course, I like Dale Earnhardt and all the other guys. Mark Martin. Also a big Kevin Harvick fan, which might surprise some people. I love Chase Elliott and everything, but I'm a big Kevin Harvick fan, and the reason for that is a long time ago, back when NASCAR was like peak popularity, there used to be these places called NASCAR Speed Park, and it's like where you go ride go-karts and stuff, and they had a big simulator, like a very basic motion simulator, driving simulator that I think had NASCAR Racing 2003 in it. Really fun. Me and my dad used to go do that. And every so often you'd get drivers that would come there and sign autographs. Usually that's all they would do, and take pictures and whatever. And we went and saw. We used to go like every weekend. We had season passes. It was amazing. But there's like Dale Jarrett went there once, and then Elliott Sadler. My mom was a big fan of Elliott Sadler. And then Kevin Harvick came. And when Kevin Harvick came, he decided that he and his team that he was bringing with would race go-karts there. Would race a race of go-karts. So they did a fan raffle, and they had like 3 open slots for like an 18-car field with Kevin Harvick and whatever his team was, and then 3 fans that would be there, and they'd sell tickets for people to enter in to win a chance to race in the go-kart race. And you got people, and there's tons of people there, hundreds of people there. And you got people lining up and they're buying like 50 tickets. You could buy unlimited amounts of tickets and they're like $5 a piece or something. And there's people with just piles of them. And my mom goes up and buys like 3. And unbelievably, I was one of the names that was called. So I got to be in the go-kart race. So I'm lining up on the grid. I'm starting dead last except for one car behind me, which was Kevin Harvick in the go-kart. And it was like a 5-lap race or something. But you know, he had a custom go-kart, and I'm sure they had it souped up or whatever, but he drives all the way through the field. And throughout the whole race, I'm following him through all these team guys, like following him through the race. And I end up getting 3rd in the race while he wins, and it was just amazing. And I talked to him after the race while he was signing autographs, and he was just so freaking nice, and yada yada yada. It was a ton of fun, and that's why I'm a big fan of him. But Jeff Gordon was always my number 1. Always loved him. Favorite fast food order? And if not fast food, then regular fast food. I am a fast food order, or fast food fan. I get it probably more than I need to. My favorite order is probably the nuggets, the regular chicken nuggets from Wendy's. I love Wendy's. They're so delicious. Their fries, they used to have really bad fries, and then a couple years ago, like maybe 10 years ago now, but they changed to those sea salt fries, and those things are freaking delicious. I think my favorite food all time is like potato French fries, you know, fried potatoes. Just amazing. Any real life racing? No. Go-karts. That's it. It's just so expensive. I've always wanted to have the opportunity to race something for real. Street stock, late model, anything. Just never did. No, we do not have that kind of money. It's just unreal how much it costs to race in real life. I mean, that would have been the dream to do anything like that. I mean, I always loved it. Every time I'd race go-karts, and I never got to race very often, go-karts, it'd be the most fun I'd have all year. Just amazing fun time. I would have loved to have been able to do that, but that is probably never ever going to happen. But yeah, no real life racing, even though I'd always dreamed to be able to do that at least one time. Freaking my friend, for Christmas or his birthday or something, a couple years ago, he got the freaking Richard Petty experience package that he went and did with his dad and brother, and I was so freaking jealous of that. He got to drive whatever they use up there, and that would have been fun. He went to Kansas Speedway. I would have loved to have done that. Always wanted to do that. Okay, for someone who's been sim racing for only about 2 months and still learning, what are some tips you have for faster lap times? Well, for someone who just started, I wouldn't look at lap times at all. You want to really focus on being consistent, hitting the line. It doesn't matter how fast you are. If you can run consistent laps, you're already better than a majority of people that are just starting out. Big thing is be smooth, entering and exiting the corner, be on the gas smooth, be on the brake smooth, steer smooth, even though I don't really do that. You want to just focus on finishing the race, consistent lap times, try and keep the car clean. Any contact with anybody, consider that really, really bad. Try to avoid that at all costs. And then eventually, I mean, your lap times are going to get way, way better the more and more you do it, without having to really do anything. I'm speaking strictly oval. I don't know the first thing about road racing, so don't look into that as far as that's concerned. But that's what I would say about that. Faster lap times are going to come. I mean, just being smooth, you're going to get a lot that way. But being consistent is definitely way more important than being fast. You're so chill. Thanks. What is my next goal? I'm honestly just having fun out here racing. I really never had the goal to reach 1,000 subscribers or 100 subscribers or anything. I never even considered that a possibility. So I'm just racing and recording it and having fun and interacting with people, and it's really fun. I don't know. Just keep doing it. See what happens. Just want to keep racing, keep running these ARC cars. So fun. Best car on iRacing. One of the best cars on iRacing. Yeah. I'd love to run more races, but I'm running as many as time allows at the moment. But just keep going. That's my goal. Congrats, you and Nick and Studio David inspired me to create my own channel, so that's cool. I watch Studio David sometimes. I think Nick gave him a shout out one time a couple years ago, or maybe last year. How long did it take to get to 1,000? Well, I've been uploading videos since 2018, but I didn't start consistently uploading until December 2020, so I would say about an entire year. And that's a full year of uploading like 4 to 6 races a week, at least. So, I mean, that's a lot. And there were some times in there where I didn't quite get that many, and sometimes I had no time at all. But I would say about a full year. If you don't count any of the 2018 to 2020 stuff until the end of 2020, which I wouldn't because nobody watched those and I didn't upload but once a week at most, and sometimes I'd go months without uploading. I wouldn't really count those. Where'd my name come from? I had to create a username for something a long time ago when I was playing with my cousin, and I just thought Griffin sounded cool, and I wanted it to start with a G because that's what my name starts with. I thought it was, I don't know, I thought it sounded really cool for some reason. And then 2448. 24 is Jeff Gordon, 48 is Jimmy Johnson. I'm not a Jimmy Johnson fan, but when I was a kid and made this name, I guess I was. Another interesting story, like from 2001 to 2006, I think, me and my family went to the Coke 600 every year, and Jimmy Johnson would win like every single one of those. So I kind of pulled for him every time we went, and that's how that name comes from. But I'm not a Jimmy Johnson fan at all at the moment, which might upset some people, but I don't know. What do you want from me? I think that's it. I think that's all the questions I got. Hopefully that was interesting. I don't know if it was. Next video I'm going to do is the announcement for the race next Friday. Keep an eye out for that, please. Feel free to join. Open to everybody, Rookie 4.0 and above. And hopefully it works out. Thank you all so much for supporting me and watching, and 1,000 subscribers. It's so crazy that it happened. Thank you for all the comments. We'll watch me put it in the wall one more time while I'm testing by myself, because I'm such a good driver. And yeah, that's all I got right now. So until the next one.